2. Mhm.
Wins can't waste no time. They was sleeping on the kid. Now I'm headline shine. Tell them wake up, it's my time to climb. Yeah, wake up, it's my time.
Welcome to Beat Talk Media. I'm
What,
MB.
what's going on, MB?
What's good with you, Ethimu? I did. Oh, everybody needed to know who you are. You know how we are. We always talking. We always energetic. We always live. We always introducing a lot of stuff to the people. To the people.
Yes, we are. So what we gonna do today is I see we got a bunch of stuff going on. I see we got a bunch of hot topics and things. First off, hey MB, you know this is your boy Timor D dropping in so we can do this together one good time. Talk about some of this stuff out here. Like you said, we got some good information to bring to the people. This first clip that I see, is one of those that we gave to them earlier today. I don't think they really understood what was being put in their face right now. But I'm gonna let the clip run in a second, but I'm gonna explain what it is first, just a little bit first.
All right,
For
run it.
those people that don't understand.
Look at this. Y'all just look at this. They done did it to us before. Now they trying to do it again. Better.
Now what that's saying is I want y'all to see that. What this over here is HB number 206. That's a House bill. Number 206. What they doing with that is they're trying to make the government become like they did back in 1933 when they took all the gold off the market and made you turn it into the Federal Reserve. Now they're doing it with the silver.
Man.
They're trying to do it with the silver. And if you don't believe me about the gold, here you go right here. I'm going to show you. This right here is the gold. That's the 1933 Executive Order 6102. So y'all can go and look that up. Executive Order 6102. That's when the president said, turn in all your gold by May 1st. Mind you, the order came out April 5th, 1933. They were told to turn in all of their gold by May 1st, 1933. That's not even a full 30 days.
Man.
And they talking gold coins, gold bullions, and gold certificates. Turn it all in to what? The Federal Reserve Bank. So when you think about that, and they just said there's no more pennies being printed or minted, I should say, minted.
Exactly.
And now they trying to take the silver and have you turn it into the treasuries. I mean, what does that sound like to you?
Man, it
You
sounds
tell
like
me.
a gold rush. It sounds like a silver rush. It sounds like a confiscating of everybody's silver and gold in the United States. But we also know this is only going on in certain states right now. It's not going on in every state yet. So everybody needs to be aware of this and just check on how the funds is going on in your city.
Because, man, you really want to pay attention to this. And then that HB 206, that's actually going to be in the state of Ohio right now. And if you look right above here, it says gold and silver, bullion depository. Take a look at it. When you get the opportunity, look that up. HB 206. Let's see what else we got on here. What else they gonna give us to
Gotta
watch?
do it again.
Do
Better
it.
pay attention. Subscribe, comment, like, and share.
The feeling of losing, that ain't nothing we're gonna get comfortable with, like on my watch.
Okay. Pause that one. Pause. Go back to that one. Go back to the
guarantee that it's going to get.
The
Go back
Shador,
to the yeah. Scroll back a little bit. Put him back up
The
on
feeling
the
of losing, that ain't that.
right here,
Yeah.
the Shador.
Yeah. Now think about what he said. The feeling of losing is not a good feeling. And you don't want to get comfortable losing. And we know everybody is not a winner. Somebody has to lose. So in order to be a winner, you have to put in time after time after time after practice after practice after practice. And then you good. Then you'll get good. Then eventually you'll be so used to winning, you don't know how to lose. Your team now work together. The chemistry is different. Right now, the whole chemistry of the Browns organization is off. Based on Stefanski, the general manager, Shador, Dylan, Miles Garrett. Everybody right now is excited in their own field, and it's not clicking together. Together, that's what they need to be. Together, teamwork is what makes the dream work. I was just watching Coach Prime today, in the locker room with Colorado, and that's all he was telling everybody about. He was like, you know what? During these drills today, if y'all part of that group on that drill and somebody jump offline, the whole group got to run a lap. Then he took it one step even further. He said, hey, if the same person does it twice, the whole defense got to run.
Ooh.
Yes. So everybody is suffering the consequences of one person mistake because they're not clicking together. And that's what he was trying to get them on. Timing and moving as one, like a machine.
Oh, so you trying to get them like drumline. One band, one sound.
Yes, one band, one sound. To where Shador, in his post interview of this game right here that he had just played, his first NFL game, it was one thing that he said that stood out to me that make him a different type of quarterback. When he said, I like to know how each receiver run, react, what are their strengths and what are their weaknesses. If I see his hips turn to the left or to the right, I know where to throw the ball, either to the inside or to the outside. And he said, when he said that, I was like, that makes a lot of sense because you want to know how everybody is. If you know that blindside guard always to slip somebody through on accident every third play, because the first two he's energized by the third play, on third down, somebody might get past him on a swim move. He want to know how each individual player on his team, that's how they work. And I liked that because that's what it takes to win, to be a winner.
Got you. I can agree with that. Knowing your team and knowing how to play with them, how to actually correspond and be cohesive with your players, with your weapons.
Yes, sir.
So let's finish that out and see.
That ain't nothing we're gonna get comfortable with, like on my watch.
If a product becomes really hot, there's not a guarantee that it's going to get restocked.
Now this right here is important because you remember with all the tariffs and everything that was going on, government shutdown, everything. It is now what? Holiday season. Everybody trying to make their sales and everything right now. Black Friday getting ready to come up. So with that being, this is another thing. They got that economic shutdown coming. Now, what the commercial companies did was they moved their sales up in order to counteract the Black Friday sales.
Yeah.
So instead of them having Black Friday sales starting Thanksgiving night and afterwards on that Friday, they started putting all the sales towards anywhere from November 1st to November 23rd. Because the economic blackout is supposed to be from when? The 25th until December 2nd.
Got you.
So the only way to counteract that is to sell early. Now, what this person is saying is telling us, hey, when you think about it, if you don't get the hot toys now, if there's a hot toy on the market right now that you really, really want to get your child, you better get it early. Because if not, there may not be no restocking of that product. So I'm telling you now, get your Christmas shopping done if that's what you want to do in the month of November, because come December, them shelves is going to start looking empty.
And you can't forget about what just happened with the plane crashes.
Yes, the post office, the UPS plane that went down.
Yes.
That one had a lot of stuff on it, a lot of product and gifts and things of that nature that was being shipped. So anytime the postal office, the UPS services, FedEx, any one of their planes, ships, boats, trucks go down, yep, that's another load. That's another load of your presence and stuff going down the drain. And when you think
not just the load going down, but then it was like, okay, now they gotta wait on the next cargo plane to bring it, right? Not right now. A lot of them size planes. What was it? A 747? It was the big ones. A lot of them got grounded just because that one had failed. Now they have to do some further investigations with UPS, FedEx, Amazon, all these places that use that exact type of airplane to move them products. So now, just like the man on the screen said, if it's a hot product for this holiday, and as soon as it goes out, if you don't get it now, it might not be back on the restock market because planes are being delayed.
FAA's got them on delay, which means if flights ain't going out, guess what? Packages ain't moving either, especially if they grounded on the flight line. They're not going to repackage them and put them in a truck just to send them back out. They're going to make sure they're just going to wait till the plane come up.
Exactly.
It's already loaded. So let's see what else we got here.
Only a symbolic move by the president, but also these people weren't being prosecuted at all.
Yeah. I wake up, no love. This grind of mine, stack my wins, can't waste no time. They was sleeping on their kid, now I'm headline shine. Tell them wake up, it's my time to climb.
And has had other pardons on the mind clearly earlier today, giving clemency to Rudy Giuliani, and look at this, dozens of other allies who were accused of trying to overturn the legitimate 2020 election.
Mark Meadows, Sidney Powell, John Eastman, Boris Epstein, Jeffrey Clark, Kenneth Cheesebro, Christina Bob, and more. Oh man, something got to be done. Somebody got to say something. We are here to bust the news out. Don't forget to leave your comments in the section below. Okay.
I hope they was listening. Paying attention. I said, I hope they was listening. And I hope they really was paying attention to the beginning of the clip when he said those people really
said those people what?
They weren't prosecuted. So
no, they weren't.
It was like, hold on. who gave all these people these pardons? And it was Trump, of course. But what was his connection with those people? You know, it's always a connection. It's always something deeper.
A symbolic move by the president, but also
always. I was trying to put the people back up here so we could see him. I apologize for that.
Oh, you right. You're right.
People can see. Who is it we talking about?
But he said it was a symbolic move. Did you hear how he said that it was a symbolic move that Trump gave dozens of pardons to these people?
Yeah, and it wasn't it like, didn't they say like 77? And this is just, you know, that's a big number.
Yeah, that's a big number. And like you said, this is out of 77. This is only 6 of them. Wait, 8 of them on the screen, plus the one before. So that would have been what? 9.
Oh, plus the other one that this is all about, what's her name? Ghislaine Maxwell?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah,
her.
She was part of the Epstein.
The name. Yeah, she's the one looking to get commensurated, or
she's trying to get pardoned right now.
Yeah.
Because if they open these Epstein files, y'all, she in there.
They open and she in there. He in there. Everybody in there is just, what part did they play?
Yeah. What part?
That's the biggest thing. What part did they play?
But I watched the news earlier, and Trump said one thing that I was like, oh, he said, yeah, me and Epstein was friends. And then I distanced myself away from him when he stole a couple of girls from my Mar-a-Lago business, you know, I working for him at Mar-a-Lago. And then he said, but I never been to his island. And I was like, what? You never been to the island? Okay.
Never been to the island.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me he had so much money, but he wasn't invited to that party? Is that something like Dave Chappelle not being invited to the Diddy party?
I was just getting ready to say that. He was done like David Chappelle when he found out he was ugly. All his friends were at the party, but he didn't make it. Come on now,
he
Trump.
didn't make it. But everybody else was there?
Exactly. Somebody was there.
Somebody got to say something. I mean, we'll see how this goes.
The TikToker will have to pay $1.75 million.
Now that one right there, the TikToker. Now that is amazing too, because I don't know if anybody understands what that really means. Let me see if I can get to that number they said. Let me see.
It right there. It just say pays. Oh, it says millions. Cause come on now, y'all. We know, just like we on here on YouTube with our content
right here,
with that TikToker on TikTok doing media just like this, but they had to pay what, 1.75 mil?
Yes. And I'm gonna give you a little background on that one because I caught it when he hit the news, and they had to break the news on how much he had to pay. What they said was, if I'm correct, there was a couple, a man and woman couple. The man was being the manager for someone else. That was a TikTok influencer, if I'm correct. Now, that influencer started sending the man enticing photos, videos, things of that nature, messages, the whole 9.
Wow.
Well, the husband and the wife, I guess, must have been going through it. And the wife was supposedly talking about, it's okay, our marriage is over with anyway. So old boy started going extra hard with the TikTok influencer. Now he over there making videos with her, the whole 9, but he's still married. And so his wife is going through all this humiliation and his family and kids is going through this humiliation because he's out here with this TikTok influencer and his family is over here.
Hold on. So you mean to tell me if she wasn't an influencer and she wasn't posting on social media, it would be okay?
I don't think so.
Exactly. So
To be honest, I don't think so.
it's much more deeper. It's much more deeper that it's all about control. It's
Yeah,
all
I
about
think what happened was because the relationship was over, right, at that time, it might have been over with, period.
yeah.
But the TikTok influencer, her name is Brene Kennard. It's now Brene McConnelly, I think it is. Let
Yeah.
me look it up. Because it's Brene Kennard was her original name. But then she got married. She actually married him.
Hold on. How does she marry him if the ex-wife is tripping over everything?
Hey, because apparently what happened was they went ahead and she must have got the Montague. That's what it is. Montague. Her new name is Brene Montague. It was
Got
Brene Kennard. Now it is Brene Montague. And what happened was apparently once everything went through, the divorce went through,
yeah.
wifey said, you know what? Now I'm about to sue you. So she sued the husband and the influencer for alienation of affection and a couple of other things, along with the fact of her getting hit with the adultery and a couple of other things. So with that being, she ruined that marriage like that. And by her ruining the marriage, they made sure that they hit her over the head for that.
Yeah.
And then she had the nerve to tell the lady, she'll probably never see any of that. Yeah.
Sounds like trust issues. Sound like they was going through it. Sound like they was having a problem. And I think, I know it ain't right. But once they separate, even if it is before the divorce is final, in my experience of this here, 47 years on this earth, I still see that the couple split up, then they might start talking to other people before the divorce. They might end up back together, and then some people find other people and end up getting remarried soon as the divorce goes through. Now, is she right for suing them? I don't see it in my eyes. I think that's wrong because if it was her on the other end, do I think he would have sued? I doubt it. I don't think that he would have sued, but I understand why she sued because some people might be into the relationship a little bit more than others. And she was more hurt from the response, obviously, of what happened. She was more hurt than the divorce period. She was like, nah. She probably was the one that didn't want to get divorced. She probably was the one that wanted to stay together in the relationship.
It was the alienation of affection that did it. I think that's really what it was. It was the alienation of affection. And by her actually not being able to like they say, get that loving that she wanted, she was missing that affection that a normal husband would give. It was one of those, hey, if you're not giving me what I'm supposed to be having, but you sitting here turning around giving the next woman everything that I'm supposed to be having, but you're still married to me.
Yeah.
I mean, in any instance, that's going to be a problem with most anybody. Leave me, divorce me, whatever, but don't sit here and still be married to me and, as they say, want your cake and eat it too.
Exactly.
Because
So
that's
that's why,
basically what happened at that time.
yeah.
So I think she got exactly what she deserved.
All right, we got B Talk on the runway, you guys. B Talk is new to the group. Welcome in, B Talk Media.
We in the
Welcome
building.
to B Talk Media, guys.
We here.
This isn't just another reaction channel. It's a legacy-powered platform for thinkers, dreamers, and builders. Let's go.
Let's go, beat talk. What your ounces going for?
Myself and Dylan.
What your ounces going for? Pay attention to that. What are your ounces going for? I want y'all to understand why we saying this. Because did we not just mention earlier tonight that they're trying to take our silver and our copper and our gold?
Yes,
Well,
sir.
think about it. If you got silver that's going at $51 an ounce, you got gold that's at what? 4,000 an ounce?
Yes, sir.
4,000 an ounce. So you start taking that off the world market, and guess what you got? You got money. You got financial backing at that time.
Real
You
money.
have all that you thought you was missing. And where did they get it from? Us, the people.
We the people.
We, the people. So be careful what you're giving up and pay attention. Because I wasn't talking about them other ounces. I was talking about them ounces of copper, silver, and gold. So let's see what else they got for us. Because we know we got to come up out the streets to do something else to eat. So I got the hookup. Holla if you hear me.
Myself and Dylan Gabriel plays another game. This play drove me off the wall. The game was on the line, and this took a sack. But look at this. There are 3 freaking open receivers. 3. I'm going to lose my mind watching this right now. Look at Gabriel in the pocket. There's 3 guys open. I won't even go. I mean, what do you even say about that throw? Most of these throws are just throws that, like, you watch and you're like, all right, this guy can't play high school. Never less than the NFL. Look at these throws. I'm going to fucking put a bullet through. That just has to be completed to Jerry Jeudy. This one drove me off the wall, too, man. If you can't complete this pass, you just can't play in the NFL. It's like,
that was like, where was you going?
What the? It's just Stefanski watching every.
According to the indictment, both men.
That was not a tight end he was throwing that to. Did you see that?
I don't know. He was throwing it to the 12th player.
That had to be.
It's always the 12th player on the team. He was throwing it to the 12th player at that time, man. We got to give it up for who was that? Dylan Gabriel. Cause come on now, man. You over here throwing it all out of bounds and stuff. That made the Browns look bad. All this time that they put into developing in him as a starting quarterback over Shador, and then he did that. And then when they put Shador in the game, Shador was so rusty, he threw a pick. Man, when he threw that pick, I was so upset. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a Shador fan. When he threw that pick, I almost fell out my seat. I was thinking for show he was gonna get a touchdown. He was getting ready to bomb it. Cause look what Dylan was doing.
Yeah, I mean, Shador did have some good play. He had good action. That last series, he had some real good. I thought he was gonna get the touchdown. I thought he was gonna get the pass. I really did. It was a good pass to the end zone, and it was just a little overthrown. But he had to take that run, and he spun out of it. He was pressured a little bit, and he didn't have a nice set on that pass, but he did kind of get the So
Yeah.
I see him being able to work in there once he's able to get to speed with the other players.
All right, I'm gonna call you Skip Bayless.
Ah, well, it's okay. Well, you could be Stephen A. Smith then.
Hey, long as I come with the facts, man. Long as I come with the facts, long as I come with everything that people can go back and research themselves and see that it's not my opinion, but it's the opinion of the people. That's where it's matter.
Well, as long as I don't say the N word, I guess we're good.
Skip, tripping, Skip.
So let's see what else we got going on in sports today, because this is a good one I see.
Are accused of rigging their pitches to capitalize on prop bet.
Oh, did you hear that?
Now it's in baseball.
In baseball, they are rigging baseball. Well, we knew they was rigging baseball. Think back. The last time we heard of a baseball scandal was Pete Rose when it came to gambling.
And
I mean, the last big scandal was Barry Bonds and Jose Canseco and them with steroids. But
Barry
that was steroids and home runs, though.
Hold on, what did he ask Barry? Hey, Barry, are you taking steroids? What did he do? He didn't say anything. He just another home run. That's all.
So now, you think about that. These people is throwing the ball in the dirt, knowing that it was some of those pitches that they knew was going to be off at that time. So some people made extra bread on that one.
Yeah, they did.
So that and you got to think, okay, that's baseball. Basketball kicked it off. Basketball kicked it off with Chauncey Billups and the other dude. They did it. They kicked it off, and then it ended up in basketball, football, and baseball now.
I bet you it's in every sport. We just don't know about it.
It probably is in every sport. At some point in time, anything that you can bet on, because it's in college basketball. That's the other one that it was. 6 players in college basketball got removed.
See? So I'm saying I bet you it's in every sport. It's just the point of how and when they get caught. That's what I'm saying.
Right there. How and when. How and when and who it is, and that's gonna tell you how much exposure is gonna get.
Oh, for sure. Let it be another player. Oh, they busting it out.
Let's see what else we got going on here.
At Turning Point USA, it reeks of an inside job.
Subscribe, comment, like, and share.
Now,
So I was gonna say you could pause it right there. We're gonna run those two concurrent, right? We're gonna talk about Candace and also security all at the same time, because just like it reeks of an inside job. I mean, all the way around, all the way. Because come on now, all right. So first, Candace, what she's talking about was the Charlie Kirk situation. When her and Charlie Kirk used to go on tour together, and what she was saying was that you can't just be booked for a school and go that year. You have to be booked the year before. And since for that particular one, he was booked, who was it? USA had booked him for the first one, but he was already had it lined up for the year. So they came that year, and then within 2 months, they already had it approved and everything, and actually put on the list as the first stop. So that's why they like, nah. And she didn't go on tour with him on this time. I noticed that. He had actually went one way and she went another. And when that happened, they were supposed to meet back up, but that ended up being his first stop on the tour. And at his first stop, he gets unalive. So that's why she said it reeks of an inside job. So if you know, then you know. And if you don't know, then now you know.
Now you know for sure. Because that's obviously, as she said, it reeks of an inside job. And then all of a sudden, Marjorie Taylor Greene says what? She wants to jump on the ship now. And so what did Jasmine let her know, Miss Crockett? Hell has frozen over.
Man, then we roll to the next clip. That's why I said we're running these two clips concurrent. Now y'all see the Asian man saying security, and that's our favorite line. You know, security. We know from mall security to parking lot security to private security pulling up on you. You know, in the hood, that was our favorite word. Security, we dying laughing. Well,
for real.
Give the people a little explanation of what happened into that.
Well, see, that was one of those Miss Universe competitions. And it just so happens that Miss Mexico, the whole Miss Universe pageant was being held in the Philippines this year. And since that happened, Miss Mexico, she just so happened to have not actually, I guess, what is it? Promoted. She didn't do her promotion portion for her part of the pageant. And so when she didn't do that, the gentleman was scolding her for it on the live in front of all the other contestants and everything. He was the host.
And that ain't right.
Nah. And so she went to say something back to him, and he was like, well, I didn't ask you to speak. She said, well, I have a voice. And he said, security.
Oh, man.
We don't need you to speak no more. But at that moment, that's when all the rest of the girls stood up in solidarity and walked out with her. So he almost ended the whole pageant by scolding that one female, that one young lady in front of, all those people on that live.
Yeah. But look, think about it though. They all stood up for her, but she was the one that didn't do her part.
True, but we don't know why she didn't do her part though. She might have been sick during some of that. She might have, had family problems. I don't know what it might have been. I don't know how long they got to promote for.
All right. I'll feel you on that. But then let's take it one step further.
Okay.
He was talking.
Yeah.
I think he should allow himself to talk, and then he should take a second and allow her to talk. And then once she done, then he should talk. But he wasn't finished, and she wanted to get her point across. So then he said, you know what? Security, just get her up out of here.
Could it have been the other way around? He did allow her to talk, and when she got to speaking and he didn't like what she had to say, he was like, you know what? You weren't given the ground to talk yet. And then that's when she was like, but I have a voice.
Yeah. 1 second, somebody at the door. Hold it down.
Well, alrighty then. So with that being, you got to really think about some of the things that happen when you're at some of these competitions, some of the things that's happening in the world, how you just treat people. Because, man, Marjorie Taylor Greene, like she said, she's actually agreeing with a lot of the things that the Democrats are saying right now. She's jumping on the boat. They said, welcome to the fight tour. She done went ahead and said, you know what? I admit my part in all of this. I did play in the shenanigans of the bad politics. I can't even be mad at that. That's her, standing 10 toes down saying, you know what? If the American people is going to get on me, they're going to get on me. But either way it goes right now, I'm going to just accept the fact that I played my part in whatever garbage was done. Can't do nothing but respect that. That's gangster. You can't do nothing but respect their gangster. So, what you do after that is you also got to look at it. My number one thing, y'all, is I want y'all to really pay attention to the commodities markets. Really though. Pay attention to the silver, the gold, the copper, the platinum, all of that stuff. Because what's happening is there is a pull for it. There is a rush for it. With all the computer systems that are being put together, all these supercomputers, all these microchips, these quantum computers, all this quantum computing that's getting ready to happen. That takes precious metals in order for those circuit boards to run.
Yeah.
I want you to think about that. It takes precious metals. So he who holds the metal holds the power in the end.
Man, how you said? The tip of the rays.
Yes. And
This-
some of these states, if you really look in, they're starting to allow you to pay for things in silver and gold, which
Yeah.
you've always been able to pay for it that way, but is being more accepted in some states. It's about 12 of them right now. So just think, if you got 12 states that's actually accepting silver and gold for payments on things, think about that. We only
Yeah.
got 50 states.
Man,
That's about a third of them already, almost, at least a quarter. I mean, 12 states. I'd rather, hey, you still got to have that quantity amount in silver. But I mean, think about it. If you got $20,000-$30,000 worth of silver sitting over there, anyone,
assets. Hold on. What was clip was that? Assets.
man, assets. That's it.
I don't think they watch that. Or
Hey, they didn't. Hey, man, that's one of them clips they should go back and clip from our clip.
all y'all have to do, if y'all want to see that clip, and if y'all want to see all of our clips, just go to our playlist and go to B Talk Media Shorts, and you would just hit the play button and just listen to all of and watch all of our shorts.
Not that one. That one's on the live.
Oh, they wrong. Y'all
That
gotta
one's
go.
on the live.
Yeah.
So they got to go and catch the other live to catch him say assets, my brother.
Okay,
We
so
in the commodity.
what live was that so that people would know? Let me see. Let's go back so y'all can go. Actually, it was our second live.
Yeah, it's our only other live. What to do during an economic
collapse.
That's what it's called right there.
Say it again.
What to do during an economic collapse.
And you gotta have assets.
All the time.
If you want your family to survive, they said right now is the worst time since the Great Depression. Actually, I think that's when they said during COVID. And for some people, it looked real bad. Some grocery stores, some people that had no money, everybody was waiting on them stimulus checks and stuff. They didn't have nothing to fall back on. They didn't have no garden in the backyard. They didn't have no freezer full of food that was stored up for a couple of months to make sure that if something happened, they family had enough food to survive for at least three to 6 months. These people weren't prepared. So now, here we are. Update is 2025. Trump's in office again. They trying to say the government was on shutdown for what, 35 to 40 days.
Yep.
The cargo plane fell with all these supplies and stuff in it. They saying that there's going to be a shortage of supplies once this holiday hit and everybody started rushing to go buy all these things. People ain't thinking. Are they prepared for what's really coming? Are they prepared for what's really happening? Are they prepared for the aftermath? Do they got that 1, 3, 5 year strategy plan already in their mind? Do they have a family trust? Do they have life insurance? Do they have things set in place to where when stuff hits the fan, they cool, they all right, they family gonna be all right? it's a lot of homeless people out here in California. And then I seen that somewhere they starting to make a new law that if you homeless, it's gonna be a crime to be homeless.
Now
I'm
that
saying,
is going to be incredible.
yeah, how can it be a crime to be homeless? You having an economics collapse on yourself and your family going through hardship, and yet they gonna take you to jail. And they said this is why they're gonna start taking people to jail. Because if they offer you assistance and you don't accept that assistance, then you deserve to be locked up.
Hmm. Now
First,
that's not right either.
hold on. Yeah, that is right.
Hold
After you
on.
really think about it,
But the
think,
thing about it is the jail system was supposed to be used for criminals. It's not a criminal act for not accepting assistance.
hold on. Think about it. Out here in California, in Sacramento,
Mm-hmm.
almost every block I turn on, I see somebody homeless. I see them laying on the ground. I see people on the little bus stop benches. I see people pushing carts with all their stuff on almost every corner, everywhere we go. And now the government saying, hey, we gonna come in and help y'all. We're gonna give y'all a place to live. We're gonna give you some assistance. We're gonna give y'all some money, and we're gonna help get y'all off these drugs. We're gonna get y'all some skills to where y'all can get a job and y'all can be productive in society. And they turn around and say no.
So are you imposing your will as government upon the free will of the people?
No.
I'm just asking as the opposite side.
So
Because
then,
the thing about it is, for those people, some people look and go, you know what? I like the freedom and the care that the irresponsibility of not having to take care of anything except for myself.
all right, that's another point.
I'm just, looking on the other side of the glass because you got to think you got government telling you.
You
Hold
got
hold
kids.
on, hold on, let me finish.
Now
You
listen.
got to let me park the tank real quick,
All right,
okay?
spaceship.
Because what you said was you got to think. Now the government is telling you, I'm
Mhm.
going to give you assistance. I'm going to give you a place to stay. I'm going to give you some skills. Okay. Now, at the same time, does that mean that I have to fall within your parameters of what I can and cannot do as far as having other people around me, having a life of my own in my free time? How does that affect me by dealing with your rules now and accepting your assistance? Because my free will says, guess what? As long as I don't hurt nobody and I'm just out here chilling, and just because I fell asleep on the sidewalk and peed on myself, don't mean that I was bothering anybody. All I did was litter a human being on the ground.
No,
I'm
that's
just
it.
asking.
That ain't all that's happening. Now, if it was just that, come on now. I'm more of community and self-governing.
Mhm.
I'm not even the one that's saying the government should be doing all this stuff. I believe that everybody should know what to do. Everybody should know right from wrong, right?
Yeah.
But this is what most homeless people is out there doing. That's out here on these streets. And I know because I had to do that work project for a whole year. I had to go clean up. I had to clean up the streets with, the sheriff program because I got
Mhm.
some stuff. And in these homeless camps, they had dozens. Hold on, let me rephrase that. Not dozens. That would be downplaying it. Here you go, back.
Mm. He said that would be downplaying it.
They had thousands. I have never seen this because just like how you said, I thought those people had their free will. So I never really tripped off of what they do, what was over there. Now we had to go clean up some cul-de-sacs that was right by some schools. The kids would have to
Oh,
walk through the cul-de-sac to get through the school gate.
got you.
And there's thousands and thousands of needles all on the ground where these elementary school kids had to walk.
Now that I can disagree with.
And then that really hit me. But now they took us all over the whole city to clean up. That was
Mhm.
my first time seeing it right there. And I was like, you mean to tell me they got this right here by these kids.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of irked the nerve. Now here I am going all over the city. Every weekend, I'm going all over the city, all over. And there wasn't one part of the city that I didn't see thousands of needles. And we had to carry around a red container with the little thing in the top that said hazardous. And we had to, you know how many of them we filled up?
Mm. Mm. I'm not even gonna put that imagination into my head because I can only think of just how many pockets a neighborhood could have where all that type of stuff can carry on and just ferment and fester.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take much. All it takes is one abandoned house in a neighborhood, and now you got a whole drug house.
Yes. And that, I ain't gonna lie, when I seen that gave me a whole different outlook. At first, I was like, I'll pull up to the corner. I see homeless people. I give them change all the time. I give them money. I do stuff just because that's me. That's what people supposed to do. You see somebody in need, you try to help out if you got it. But
Take
then,
care of yourself.
yeah, but then when you see them starting to just trash the neighborhood, trash where the kids is going to school, and just wrecking everything, setting buildings on fire and stuff, like, hold on, man. And then the government come through, because here we are, half of the people is anti-government, half of the people love the government, but here the government comes through and like, hey, we'll help you people out, and y'all say no.
And see, that's where, okay, now the crime that they will be committing is the drug usage. It wouldn't be of being homeless or without skill. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, upon their free will, they committed the crime of drug usage, which was still not so much a crime, but it was because you did it to yourself.
Yeah.
But it was the drug that you used that was the crime. Okay, so that's why I'm kind of trying to piece it together and go, okay, but the government's going to come in and give me, they're going to tell me this is what we're going to give you: a house, we're going to give you money, we're going to give you food, shelter, whatever it might be. But you got to be in the house by 8:30 at night.
I
You
don't
can't
think
have somebody.
you don't think
Hold on. You can't get. Let me finish laying that out though. Let me land here, because it was one of those we got to deal with the government still, because I don't care if you're getting food stamps or whatever, they want to know how much you making, who's in the house, the whole nine, in order for the government to assist you.
True.
And then they're gonna keep a set of rules over your head that says, you know what, you're gonna listen to me or you're gonna lose this assistance.
Housing.
But what if everything you're saying isn't how I want to live personally myself? What if I don't want to be in the house at 8:30 because I want to be out hanging out with my wife or with my kids at a movie theater, but I don't get off till 6? You see what I'm saying? But now, because of your rules and regulations and where I stay at, I gotta hurry up and get home before 8:30. I might not even get nothing to eat on the way home at that time.
I can understand that. All
Because
right.
then that's that curfew, and then like the government saying, like in the movie In Time, I'll say, with Justin Timberlake, how they were breaking the cities down into sections of who can stay in these cities and sections according to how much time they had. You had to work for time in order to live.
Yeah.
Now that type of system there is one of those that'll make a person be productive. Because what'll happen is you're either gonna work for your time to live or you're gonna die.
True.
So in a system like that, I could understand when you're saying the government is gonna give you a set rules, regulations, and stuff like that. But until we got to a point like that, it's like as long as you have free will in there anywhere, somebody's not gonna want to be in the house at 8:30.
So now, I just was watching the news, and here you go. Habitat for Humanity had just gave out 7 houses in Folsom to 7 families. They built the Habitat for Humanity community. and they had like a lot of houses. The stipulations for these families to get the houses, they had to put in 500 hours of labor to help build these houses. And then after that, they still have to pay taxes. They still have to pay the mortgage or, stuff like that. But they did not have to do the down payment and all this other things that the traditional stuff it took to get into a house.
The loan portion of it was already taken care of because it was done through Habitats for Humanity.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
In that, they didn't say nothing about who you can have. Because I was looking around because, when you see something like that on TV and you seeing all these little strip houses and stuff, you want to see, is that a gated community? Are they locked in there? Do they have some type of stipulations on who can come? Like some of these programs, just like you said, delivering food and stuff and going to other places. I done seen some buildings to where they don't even let you in. You got to go to the front office and tell them this is for room number whoop, apartment number whoopty whoop 12, and then leave the stuff there, and the person in the apartment has to walk up. And those type of buildings that was like that was for some people that were on drugs and they were trying to get off, and they provided them with a assisted living. And with that assisted living came all those stipulations that you had mentioned previously. Obviously, by the way it looked in the front entrance, it was like, you can't get in here. You can see in, but you can't get in.
And so in a case like that, that's a person that's trying to come clean. They need that type of environment, and that's what they want. So they need that governmental instruction that says, hey, this is your schedule.
Yeah.
They need a structure. And that's what that did to them, is it gave them a structure. Go to class, go here, go there, go get your work skills, come back, be in here by this amount, by this time, your company is locked out.
Yeah.
That way you don't have any of the extra the extra
enticements.
Yep. I was trying to say that, it was stuck right there.
But I kind of understand, and I can see it. And a lot of those homeless people that I ran across over them last couple of years, they need some type of structure. They need some type of assistance. They need some type of boot camp. And I know it sounds wrong to say boot camp, but that brings me back to the Soldier Story movie that I watched as a kid, when they always in your face yelling, "Sergeant, do this, do that, get up, do push-ups, this is time to eat," and some people don't like it. Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, some people don't like that. And probably that was me. But now that I'm older, I'm starting to realize some people needs that. It's not about what you like.
Sometimes some of them actually do need it, because if not, if they don't have some type of structure in their life, then it's one of those, what am I doing? How am I supposed to be doing? How is my life supposed to be done every day? When I wake up, I'm trying to figure out how to live every day.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out how to make it. I was watching a show the other day called Deadwood. Real good show. It's one of the characters, her name is Calamity Jane.
All right.
Real good old
Raider
Western.
Game 3-3, not to interrupt. Special message. Raider Game 3-3.
Oh, 3-3? Okay. Well, Calamity Jane, she said in one of the scenes where she said it's hard enough waking up every day and figuring out what to do with myself just to get drunk and wake up the next day to do it again.
Oh, that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah. And she and her character, she's such a helpful character, and she says some smart stuff off, every so often. But for the most part, she stay drunk.
Mm.
And it was one of those, for a drunkard to be able to tell you something like that, you really got to think like, man, what am I doing with myself every day?
Yeah. Yeah.
What
Every
am
day.
I really doing with myself every day?
And you got to think about it. I don't want to say it's 24 hours in a day, because it's all about the time you go to sleep and wake up. It's not about the in between time. I mean, that it's like, what are you doing once you're up?
Yeah,
Get
when you're
yourself
awake.
up, get active, do something productive for you, not for somebody else, but something productive for you, because you can be doing something that helps somebody else build their legacy, and your legacy is falling. You can get up and go to work for somebody every day, and you're building their legacy. And it's about,
Right.
are you happy? Sometimes work is not work. Like this right here for me and you, this is not work. We love to do this. So B Talk Media, this is our trust. This is our business. This is our platform. We actually love to do this stuff. We love talking to the people about stuff that matter.
Yeah, man. I wish we'd get around to one day we'll have to talk to them about that, about how to get that money to grow in the treasury. But I don't think they're ready for none of that yet. How
They
to
will.
make it in quadruple flip. Because
It's
when
all
they get to that point, it's gonna be like, okay, not only am I using the government to assist me,
mm-hmm.
but I'm also assisting them to assist me.
Mm-hmm. And that's why the national debt, or let's say the United States debt, is so big, is because people don't know how to pay off the debt and get paid at the same time, to where it collapses itself on the ledger.
Truly. Because I mean, once you start paying them bills, as they say, buying them bills
Mm.
from other people, I'm gonna buy your bills
He
and I'm
said,
gonna pay them at the treasury, and I'm gonna just collect the interest off of your bills.
mm. He said, I'm just gonna let it go off your bill.
Yeah, we just gonna collect the interest. And see, by accumulating or accruing the interest over the years, that's how we build up that major account and pass it down to the minors that we got below us.
And we're gonna end it right there with that, y'all, because that's gonna be for a whole nother live, a whole nother hour. And we hope y'all got y'all pen and pads. Hope y'all learned something new today. I hope y'all shared this out with somebody that might needed to hear something that we had spoke about. And if we spark something in your brain, you can always email us. You see the email is going across the screen right there. If y'all also know of a hot topic that y'all would like us to speak about, y'all can email it to the email and we'll check into it. And if it's something that we'll bring up and talk about, we will.
All righty, and with that,
Yeah, I wake up, no luck, this grind divine. Stack my wins, can't waste no time. They was sleeping on the kid, now I'm headline shine. Tell them wake up, it's my time to climb. Yeah, wake up, it's my time.